Get the pouch.
Nothing but dirt and rocks.
Yeah. There's a guy who's promised us plenty of cash for it when we get to Blue Valley. Let's go.
If there I was, Dickie, I was in an awful fix. Why, them outlaws had me hemmed in something proper. There must have been 15 or 20 of them. But I got the drop on them single-handed. Took their guns away, and then I took them on barehanded, one at a time.
What happened then, Gramps?
Well, then... Now, see here, Dickie. I told you before you got to have some respect for my office. I've been sheriff here for 20 years. Now, thank you to remember it.
I'm sorry, Gramps.
Huh?
I mean, Sheriff.
That's better.
What happened?
Then I brung them in, and I hung them by their necks.
Oh, Uncle Nugget, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's time for Dickie to get ready for the stage to Abilene. You know, even the busiest lawman has to take a little time out to visit his daddy. You can finish off the rest of the outlaws when you come back in a few weeks.
But I gotta wait until Gramps finishes my gun.
Oh, sure he does. He's going to need this gun in case he runs into some outlaws.
Yeah, that's right. But how do you tell an outlaw?
Nothing to it. Why, I can smell him a mile away.
Look, Sheriff. Maybe those could be outlaws.
No. If they was, I'd have known it the minute I saw the eyes on them.
Yeah, I guess you would.
Well, there's your gun. You better scoot now so Mary can get you ready. That stage ain't gonna wait, you know.
Maybe I'll see some outlaws.
Yeah, well, if you do, just use that gun on them. Tell them about me, and they'll run faster than a prairie dog.
Gee, thanks, Gramps.
Huh?
I mean, Sheriff. Bye.
Bye, Dickie. See you when you get back, Sonny.
Hey, old-timer. Where can I find Henry Turner?
General store, right over there.
Thanks, Pop.
There you are, Mrs. Barnes. Thank you. That'll be $1.50.
Take it out of my cut.
What about Sam Condit?
Got him on the first shot. Here's the stuff. Looks like rock and sand to me.
Rock and sand, huh? See those bright specks?
Yeah?
That happens to be gold.
You sure?
You bet I am. Meet me at the fork in the road, at the edge of town, in an hour. I want to show you something. Follow me.
Looks like this mine's been worked before.
A long time ago. There must be 20 or 30 of these shafts around in this area. They came to the end of the vein over here, like they did in all the others.
I don't see what...
You will. Come on. Sam Condit knew more about gold mining than anybody else in town. He thought there ought to be another vein along here, and he was right. It starts here.
Gold, huh? Anybody else know about this?
No, Sam told only me. You see, I grub-staked him. We were, you might say, partners. I convinced him that he ought to make sure about it before he let out the news. And he was on his way to Abilene to have the samples assayed when, unfortunately, he ran into you.
And all we do is stake out the claim, huh?
I'm afraid not. Condit made a map. The vein runs somewhere along this line, under the town of Blue Valley.
The whole town's sitting on a gold mine.
That's why it wasn't found before. You see, we can't very well stake out a claim on someone else's property.
So?
That's why I sent to Abilene for you and your men. You did bring your men.
They're on their way. But all I've heard since I've been here is bad news. What about this big money you promised us?
Right here. I said we couldn't stake out a claim, but we can take out the gold, all of it. I got mining equipment coming in next week.
What if the people get wise?
They won't get a chance to, Brink. If you and your men really tear this town wide open, I think they'd be awfully glad to leave.
We'll wipe out Blue Valley just like this.
To do something about this. 2 more weeks of this plundering and looting, we won't have any town left.
3 killings in the past 2 days. And why? There's nothing in Blue Valley to make it worthwhile.
Yes, I know. And what's our Sheriff Nugget Clark doing about this?
He's trying his best. He's out riding with the posse right now.
Sure, yes. But 3 days too late. Nugget's getting too old for this job. What we need is a new sheriff.
We've got to get someone in here to wipe out these outlaws before they wipe us out.
Now, just a minute, folks. Just a minute. It's not fair to blame all this on Nugget. He's doing everything he can.
I know he's trying, Dr. Johnson. I like Nugget. We all do. But he hasn't brought one of them in yet. What are we going to do? Just sit around and wait till they kill us all?
He's right, Dad. It isn't just one outlaw we're up against. It's a whole organized band.
What we need is somebody to go out after them.
Well, maybe Nugget could use some help. Marshal Sims up in Abilene might send us some help.
Oh, help nothing. What we need is a new lawman.
That's right.
You could do it, Doctor. You know Marshal Sims. It's either that or this is the end of Blue Valley.
All right. I have to go up to Abilene this afternoon. I'll speak to him about it.
This shooting and killing doesn't make sense in a peaceful place like Blue Valley. Makes me wonder if I'm doing the right thing, taking my boy Dickie back there. If only his mother was still alive, I could have left him in Abilene.
I know how you feel. But I'm hoping this man they're sending from Abilene will change things.
Who is he?
A deputy marshal named Rocky Lane, one of their best men.
How's Nugget Clark taking this?
He doesn't know. You certainly feel pretty bad about it.
I guess he will. So will Dickie. When is the new man coming?
Told me he'd leave about when we did. Kind of fancied riding his own horse down.
Hope he knows his business.
I'm sure he does.
What is it, Daddy?
Get him to town at once, but I'm afraid
Better get this boy up on the box.
Come here, son.
Up you go. Get rolling fast. I'll check the gun guard.
Right, Rocky.
Hello, son.
Hello.
Is the doctor in?
He's in there with my dad. Dad's hurt awful bad.
Don't you worry. The doc will take good care of it.
I wish Gramps had been there. He would have captured every one of those outlaws.
Gramps?
The sheriff. He's killed more outlaws than he can count.
He must be a mighty good sheriff.
Gee, mister, he ain't scared of nobody. You wait and see. Is that all right? Is he, Dr. Johnson?
Sometimes you have to wait and see. Isn't that right, Doc?
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Just heard about Bill. How is he?
We have to wait and see, Gramps. I mean, Sheriff.
Sure we do, Dickie. If that's what the doc says.
You'll catch those outlaws, won't you, Sheriff?
You bet I will.
See what I told you? He'll catch 'em all right.
Sure he will. Mary,
Yes, Doctor?
I think it'd be a good idea if you fixed a bed for Dickie upstairs. He can stay here with us for a while.
I understand.
And Mary, maybe you could pay us a little visit, too, if it's all right with your uncle.
Yeah, of course you can.
I'd be glad to, Doctor. Come on, Dickie, you can help me fix your bed.
I broke my gun, Sheriff. Could you fix it for me?
Sure, Dickie. And I'll put a notch in it for every one of them outlaws that hurt your dad.
Thanks, Sheriff.
And dirty no-account varmints are picking on a little kid. Just wait till I get my hands on him.
Oh, Nugget, this is the new...
That's right. I'm new around here. Name's Rocky Lane.
Well, I'm always glad to meet any friend of the doc's, Rocky. I heard about you helping out there at the stage when it was attacked. Sounds like you can take care of yourself all right.
Well, he certainly can.
I thought maybe I could find some work.
Well, now, maybe I could use a young fella like you as a deputy.
But he's...
Well, sir, that sounds fine.
Come over to my office and we'll talk about it.
All right, Sheriff. I'll be there.
But, Marshal, what's the idea? You're supposed to take his place.
How long has he been sheriff?
Oh, I guess more than 20 years.
20 years is a long time.
Yes, I know what you mean. Frankly, I feel the same way about it.
Maybe I could do a better job if I didn't wear this marshal's badge. How about taking care of my identification papers and my badge for me?
All right, Marshal.
Thank you. And maybe we'd better drop that marshal. Let's keep it between ourselves, huh?
If that's the way you want it, Rocky. I'll put these in a safe place.
Fine.
Oh, Mary. Mary, this is Mr.
Yes,
Lane.
Doctor, I know. I couldn't help overhearing. But don't worry, Mr. Lane. A woman can keep a secret, especially when she's grateful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, a freighter from Abilene. That's a welcome sight. You know, those outlaws have been wrecking our wagons at such a rate that we're running mighty low on our supplies.
I wonder how this one got through.
Oh, just lucky, I guess. Or maybe not carrying anything valuable.
Valuable like the life of a little boy's father. Well, I hadn't better keep the sheriff waiting.
According to the best of your ability?
I do.
Now you're deputized, Lane. There's just one thing you gotta remember. I'm the sheriff. What I say goes.
Yes, sir, Sheriff.
Just don't forget that.
I'll try not to.
Now, the first thing we got to do is to catch that murdering coyote that killed Dickie's father.
That's right. By the way, Doc Johnson tells me a lot of the freight wagons have been attacked.
Yeah, 2, maybe 3 a day. Yeah, they're knocking over everything they can get their hands on.
But some of them do get through, is that right?
Yeah, some.
Wouldn't it be a good idea to find out why? Why some make it and some don't?
Yeah, I've been puzzling over that myself.
Well, maybe if we rode out and looked one of them over, we might get a lead.
Now, stop taking the words right out of my mouth, Lane. I was planning on doing just that.
Can I ride out with you?
Good idea. You got plenty to learn. I reckon the best way for you to start is to watch me work. There's a freight wagon coming in over there. Howdy. Have any trouble getting through?
No? Why?
This trouble's all we've been having around here.
I ain't heard nothing about it.
Where you headed?
That's my business.
Well, you're going to be out of business unless you keep a civil tongue in your head. Now, where you going?
I'm taking this road to Deep Wells. Anything else you want to know?
Yeah. Who you driving for?
For myself.
Looks like Jake's having trouble. Come on.
What are you hauling?
Grain? What's it to you?
Now, see here. You're talking to the sheriff. Where'd them critters go?
I must have left the road.
And we lost them, all right. This whole section is full of old deserted mine shafts. Ding dang it, there goes another cargo.
I don't think they were after that wagon. They were just trying to scare us off.
Don't make sense to me.
Maybe they figured we were getting too nosy.
About what?
This. Do you know what this stuff is, Doctor?
It looks like an explosive powder of some kind.
Could you find out exactly what it is?
Oh, I think so. I'll make an analysis. Might take a couple of hours.
Oh, that's fine. I'll see you after supper.
Glad to do it.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, Dr. Johnson. What can I do for you?
I need some hydrocatonic acid. Seems I've run out of it.
Haven't had a call for that in a long time. Analyzing something, Doctor?
Yes. Our new deputy wants me to find out what this is.
It's a new one on me.
Well, I'm not sure, but I believe it's some kind of an explosive powder.
That's so. Well, I'll get you that acid, Doctor. But how would Lane get a hold of that powder?
He was messing around with them sacks just before we rode in on him.
That Lane's getting too smart. He's got Doc Johnson analyzing the stuff right now.
You mean they might find out it's blasting powder?
Yeah, and they might start putting two and two together.
Maybe I'd better go see the doc. My health don't feel so good lately. Come on, Todd. Whitey! Stay with the horses, Whitey. Stay where you are, Doc.
What do you want?
Just keep your hands up. You'll get hurt fooling around with this stuff, Doc.
I just found that out.
Too bad you did. Until that Lane stuck his nose into things.
I don't like it, Brink. Who is this Lane? Where did he come from?
I got an answer for that. But you ain't gonna like it either. I got these out of the doc's office.
So Lane's a deputy marshal.
Yeah.
It's Todd. Lane's caught him. He'll talk, Brink. He'll name us.
Todd won't talk. Neither will Lane when I get through with him.
Don't, Brink. You'll have the whole town on us. You get back to the mine. I'll watch Lane very carefully.
You're the boss.
Why would anyone want to hurt Dad? He never hurt a soul. All he did was help people.
I know how you feel, son. Your father was one of my best friends. There isn't anything in this world that I would...
Sheriff, this is one of the men who was in on the shooting.
Nice work, Rocky. Come on, you miserable cur.
Put it away, Tim. The law will take care of him.
The law? We haven't got any law around here.
Don't talk like that, Tim. You know Uncle Nugget's doing everything he can.
That's all I've heard. I thought we were supposed to have a new sheriff. Where is he?
New sheriff?
Yeah. Someone who'll give us some real protection.
What did he mean?
Well, he's a little excited, I guess. The death of his father hit him awful hard. Maybe you better have a talk with him, Miss Mary. Try to calm him down.
I'll try.
I know Tim's got an awful bad temper. Sometimes people say things they don't really mean.
Yeah. Nugget, there were 3 men involved in that shooting. Let's see what we can get out of this one in here.
Ding it, I'll choke it out of him. All right, you varmint. Now start talking. Come on, who's with you? Where's the rest of your gang? You're going to talk if it takes me all night long. I'm going to make you talk. Now we'll start all over again.
Well, how about it? Has he talked yet?
Not even 2 words that make sense.
There's his breakfast.
Too good for him. That's one law I'd change if I had my way. Maybe if we was to starve him, he might start talking.
Yeah, that wouldn't do any good. I think you had a much better plan.
I have? Yeah, of course I have.
Outside of that fella Todd in there, we don't have a single clue to this thing.
There you won.
Like you told me, when you haven't got a clue, you got to make one.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it makes sense to me. If he was to get away, the first thing he'd do would be to join up with his gang, wherever they're hiding.
Yes, you would.
Well, I was thinking about your idea of letting him escape, and then trailing him.
Let him escape?
Yeah, and you're right. If we could follow him, he might just lead us to the boss of his whole outfit.
I don't know. You sure I said that?
You betcha. Last night. Now, when I take this food in there to him, I could just kind of accidentally, leave the cell door unlocked. Then you and I would be waiting outside when he makes his break.
Funny, I don't remember saying that. Yeah. Reckon I had a good idea there.
There's no harm in trying it.
All right. You take the food in there.
Yes, sir.
Leave your cell door unlocked. When he escapes, we'll follow him.
Yes, sir. That's a smart idea, Sheriff.
I ain't been sheriff for 20 years for nothing. Well, go on. Give me his food.
Yes, sir. Here's your grub.
matter? That looks like a prisoner.
It can't be.
Let's find out. Nugget and that lame guy, they let him get away. So stupid.
Maybe not so stupid.
What's that?
Nothing.
Well, I'm going after him. We've got to stop him.
That's right. My guess is he'd be heading for the minefields. Lots of places for him to hide out there.
Yeah.
There he is.
Looks like he knows where he's going.
Let's cut across over there. We can watch him from those trees.
Dig it now. Where'd he go?
Aren't these the minefields?
Yeah, he could be anywhere. But we could have had him if Tim hadn't stuck his nose in.
Well, let's get moving.
Must have let him escape on purpose so they could trail him. We better get out of here.
Take it easy. Now, what happened?
When young Johnson and I discovered his cell was empty, the kid wanted to take out after him. I had to do something to stop Lane, so I told Tim he'd probably find Todd at the minefields.
You did what? So you sicked the kid on me, did you?
I had to do something. I didn't mean Lane
I'll
to...
bet you didn't, you double-cross...
Shut up. How'd you get out?
That stupid Deputy Lane forgot to lock my cell when he brought me my food. I oughta...
Stop it! Stupid, huh? He happens to be a United States Deputy Marshal.
What?
And you were leading him right straight to us.
Don't worry, I lost him.
All right. Now we'll go lose him for good.
Now, Rick. We can play it smarter than that. Blue Valley's been expecting a new marshal. Maybe we shouldn't disappoint them.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Why, we could have spent a week looking for him out there at the minefields and still have missed him. If only Tim hadn't messed things up.
Yeah. There's something I want to ask him.
What's going on here?
That's what we want to know.
What's the idea of roping me off my horse? I could have gotten him.
I had my reasons.
Just how did the prisoner escape?
Well, you see,
It was my fault. Tim, there's a couple of questions I want to ask you.
Maybe that's not all that's your fault. Who are you, Lane? Where do you come from?
He's been helping me.
Fine lot of help. First he lets the prisoner escape, then he stops me from catching him. How do we know he isn't working with the outlaws?
Ding dang it, I guess I know an outlaw when I see one. I ain't been sheriff 20 years for nothing.
That's the trouble. You've been sheriff too long.
Now, see here.
I thought we were expecting a new lawman. Where is he?
He's right here. Farrell's the name. Deputy U.S. Marshal. Sent over here from Abilene.
Deputy Marshal?
It's about time. Now maybe we'll get some action around here.
I don't believe it.
This will identify me.
But I'm the law around here. Tell him, Joe. I've been sheriff here for 20 years.
So you're a deputy marshal.
That's right. And who are you?
Says his name is Rocky Lane.
Rocky Lane, huh?
Know him, Marshal?
Maybe. He wouldn't be riding a satin black horse, would he?
That's right. A black stallion. Why?
It all adds up to one thing. A man we've wanted for a long time. Wanted for robbery and murder.
Get your horses, men!
Going someplace, Sheriff?
You. What you doing here?
I've got some business to finish.
You mean outlaw business?
I'm not an outlaw.
How do I know you ain't?
You gotta take my word for it.
Well, you don't look like a killer. But that new
He's
marshal...
lying. He isn't a marshal.
He ain't? I knowed there was something funny about that. Seems like I've seen him somewhere before, but I can't think just where.
Now listen, Nugget. You don't honestly believe they'd bring in somebody to replace you after all these years, do you?
Well, I don't know.
Of course they wouldn't. Well, you're the best sheriff in this part of the country.
Yeah, you think so?
I know it. You can't run away now. Folks around here need you. You're not going to let them down, are you?
Well, they let me down. Asking for a new lawman.
Well, folks act like that sometimes when they get panicky. They don't always do the things that are best for them. Blue Valley needs you, Nugget. Are you going to walk out on them?
Gramps, I heard you talking down here. You going away, Gramps?
Well, I just...
But I thought you were going to catch those outlaws. You promised.
course I'm going to get him, and I'm going to stay right here until I do. Come on, we'll go upstairs. Why, you know, I just come over here to say good night to you, that's all. Dang it, you ought to be out of bed this time of night.
Where's Tim?
You ought to be back pretty soon.
Looking for me? I didn't think you'd be fool enough to show yourself around here.
I came back here to see you.
You mean to kill me? Like you did my father.
I didn't kill your father.
I didn't expect you to admit it. Well, Lane, I'm going to give you a better break than you gave him. I'm taking you over to the marshal. Get moving.
Tim! Tim, what are you doing?
I'm taking this murder over to the marshal.
But you can't, Tim. He's the marshal.
He is. You're crazy.
No, Tim. I was here when Rocky spoke to your father. He's the man your father got from Abilene.
Well, if you're the marshal, why didn't you say so?
You didn't want to hurt Uncle Nugget.
Well, what about Farrell's papers?
Those papers are mine, Tim. I gave them to your father for safekeeping just before he was killed. They must have stolen them from him.
Oh, you found Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell him about the phony marshal?
Yeah, he told me.
I wish I could remember where I seen him before.
Probably on a wanted poster.
No, somewhere's around here.
Tim, what were you doing out at the minefields this morning?
I was looking for the prisoner. I was waiting for him out there.
How'd you know where he'd be?
Well, I didn't exactly, but Henry Turner over at the general store thought I might find him out there.
General store. I got it. This Farrell rode into town a couple of weeks ago with another man, and he asked me where to find Henry Turner.
Henry Turner, eh?
Well, there's nothing wrong with Henry. No, he's all right. I've known him for years.
Maybe you haven't known him well enough.
What could he be after? Scaring the folks around here with all this shooting and killing?
Well, that I don't know. But we're going to find out. All right. Now, you know what to do. Keep him busy.
You'll be as busy as a rabbit in a lettuce patch. Evening, Marshal.
What do you want?
Oh, I just come to clean out my desk. And besides, there's a few things I'd better tell you about, too.
Never mind, you don't need to, huh?
Oh, yes, I do, Marshal. I wouldn't feel like I was doing my duty if I was let this go undone. Now, you take this fella here.
All right, get going. After you talk to him, go back to the house. I'll see you later.
Tim, what is it?
Sorry to bother you, Mr. Turner, but I need some shells.
Now, this is a funny hour to be buying shells.
I know, but I just ran out. I'm going to need them.
Trouble?
Yeah, I just saw the new marshal in a big hurry to get out the minefields.
Minefields? Did he say why?
Not exactly, but I've got an idea he knows where that rocky lane is.
Oh.
Let me have those shells.
Sure, Tim.
Thank you, Mr. Turner.
Why don't you just take your stuff and clear out of here?
Well, this is only the beginning. I got a lot more. Now you take this one here. He used to hold up stagecoaches all by himself. Oh, he was a slick one. No, he was a tough one. I always figured that he was leader of a band of outlaws. Just robbed everybody in sight and then he'd kill it. Don't you want to hear?
I've already heard. Thanks a lot, old timer.
Brink hasn't been here tonight?
I ain't seen him.
I heard he was headed this way.
That was me, Turner.
Lane.
Well, I see you got yourself in a little deep.
I can explain. You see...
Maybe you can explain him being here. There's a law against harboring outlaws, you know. So this is where he was bringing this stuff.
Don't do that. That's dynamite. You'll blow us up.
Dynamite in an old mine shaft. That should add up to some kind of mining, eh, Turner?
I don't know what you're talking about, Lane. No crime against having dynamite powder.
All depends on what you aim to do with it. You and that fake marshal.
He's right here, Lane. Drop that gun. Drop it. Don't do it.
Get that other gun, Todd. Brink, am I glad to see you?
I'll bet you are. I'm glad to see him, too, for the last time.
No, Brink, not yet. Tie him up. I've got an idea how we can wipe out the town for good and place all the blame on Lane. Have your men ride in tonight and shoot the town up good and proper. Get the folks so riled up they'll be ready to do anything the new marshal tells them. Then you're going to tell them to pack up and move. We'll be waiting for them at Rainbow Ridge. That'll be as far as they get, I guess.
What are we going to do, Marshal? With Ted here shot, 3 others killed in this raid, we won't even be able to protect our women and children. If Lane's gang strikes again, we'll all be killed.
The best thing to do is evacuate the town. You boys get your things in your wagons and be ready to leave by sunup.
You mean up and leave our homes?
For the time being, yes. You can camp out past Rainbow Ridge. I've got a posse coming from Abilene. We'll be ready to wipe out Lane and his gang when they strike next.
Well, that's more like it. Then we can return when you've cleaned them out.
That's right. Better get your wagons together.
I don't like this business of running away.
It's for your own good. You wouldn't want anything to happen to that girl and the kid, would you?
Well, I, for one, am...
We'll be ready to go with the others.
Fine. Because if you disobeyed my orders, I might have to arrest you for your own protection. And I'd hate to have to do that.
No use getting him riled until we find out what's going on around here.
I'd like to break his neck.
I feel the same way myself. But we got to think about marrying Dickie. Get him in a wagon. Go with the others.
I wish I knew where Rocky was.
Well, come sunup, I'll take a look around out at the minefields of Rocky. You take care of marrying Dickie. I'll get him moving. Blackjack, what's the matter, boy?
Sorry we ain't got enough for you, too. But where you're going, you ain't gonna need it.
And you suppose you could spare me a drink of water?
Sure. Dying man always gets his last wish.
Thanks, Nugget.
Yeah. Jim and me been waiting for you. That marshal has ordered everybody out of town.
Yeah, I know. We got to get out to that mountain road quick. They're going to dynamite the wagon train at Rainbow Ridge.
Dynamite?
Yeah, Turner and that phony marshal. Let's tie him up so we'll know where to find him. Turner's found a new gold vein down here. Says it runs right under town.
Jumping catfish.
That's why he wants to get rid of all the town folks, so they can have the mind of themselves.
Wait till the folks in town hear that.
Yeah, we better move fast, or they won't be alive to hear it.
I hope Nugget found Rocky. If he did, he ought to be up to us by now.
Here they come. Good. Not yet, Brink. Wait till we all get strung out along the main road, then we'll catch them all at the same time.
Get the wagon train off the main road at the fork down there.
That's not where...
Do what I tell you. Speed them up. Nugget, you lead the way.
Bring her off the main road. Light up! They're out of range. We can still use our guns. Get your horses, boys. You too, partner. Come on.
Anybody hurt? No, I think they all got through. Good. Well, you stay here with Mary and Dickie. I want to see how Rocky's doing. Looks like that took care of all them varmints.
Yeah. All except him over there. It's all yours, Sheriff.
Then you're still not going to tell Nugget that you're the marshal?
I don't see any point in it. Blue Valley seems to be mighty satisfied with it, Sheriff.
You should have seen the folks when they heard about that gold mine.
Yeah, we're all gonna be rich.
Well, everybody's gonna have a part of it. That includes you, Rocky.
Oh, no. Thanks just the same, Nugget. But I've got to be on my way.
You leaving now, Rocky?
That's right, Dickie boy. And you be sure and do whatever your Gramps says, will you?
Oh, sure. You fixed my gun like you said you would. And you put those notches in it.
Well, he certainly did. But then your Gramps can fix just about anything.
I'll walk out with you.
Bye. So long. Good luck, folks.
Goodbye, Rocky.
Bye, Rocky.
Goodbye, Rocky.